I am a beginner skateboarder and I've been learning how to ollie almost every day for the past 3 weeks. You see, at the very beginning, this is what my ollies look like. After I uploaded this mediocre ollie footage, many people left loads of advice and helpful tips in the comments. So I'll be going through these comments and looking for some value that can potentially help me get good at ollies. So that leaves the question, will I finally improve my ollies or not? So a really helpful comment that I saw was from Plugin. So first of all, in this comment, he was saying instead of having your whole foot on the tail, you want to have just like the balls of your feet on it. So basically your toes on the tail. So it just makes it easier to pop, I guess. And also, obviously, just making sure my back foot never touches like the floor. Otherwise, then it will just like affect the pop and it won't go as high. Also, he mentioned to like try and jump slightly before I like pop fully. I think that's just all to do with the height as well. Yeah, so I went to the skate park and I tried all 3 of them things. So just making sure the balls of my toes were on the tail rather than like my whole foot. So I'm not really like too heavy foot on the tail, just so like the pop's a little bit more lighter and a bit more, you know, bouncy. Also, just have to make sure my back foot like wasn't really touching the floor, because he mentioned that in his comment, and like that's just a really helpful thing which I didn't really think about before. And I did try to slightly jump before I like popped fully, and that's just all about timing, you know, just getting like the flick and the jump like all like timed like well within each other when I'm like doing a pop. So that's just something I'll get used to over time. Another really helpful comment was from Jay Backtire, and he basically just highlighted in his comment like just to commit to it. So that sounds like very vague and like very obvious, but I guess like before I wasn't really like committing fully to like the full ollie, because I just obviously like didn't want to fall over. I was like quite scared of the board like sliding out from under my feet. So yeah, so when he commented that was just like in the back of my mind, just like make sure I commit to it every single time, because I just don't want to like because obviously I just want to improve and I want to get better, and I won't get better and I won't improve if I'm not committing fully to these tricks. So yeah, thank you for that comment, very helpful. So Chris Lale 3824 said like instead of jumping fully up, you want to jump slightly sideways. So I did like try this a little bit, but it's like, you know, because I'm still a beginner, it was quite difficult to really like nail this and like jump sideways. So I guess like I was jumping like more up and I wasn't really jumping like as sideways as I needed to be. But I guess like in the future when I'm doing like moving ollies and that, and then jumping sideways will just be a lot more important. So I guess like when I come to like learning them, I'll probably like get used to the motion of jumping sideways rather than just jumping up. Another really good comment was from Stinky324, and in there he mentioned that it's all about timing and muscle memory. So yeah, he was just giving me some words of wisdom there, just letting me know and also reminding me that just the more I just practice these and the more I do these, and then my timing and my muscle memory will just like improve and just like enhance and get much better. So yeah, practice makes perfect, as I've probably said like many times before in like previous videos, but it's true, which is why I keep having to like saying it over and over again. Because if I'm not in a skate park and I'm not practicing these ollies, and then I'm just not going to get better. And obviously I want to get better, I want to like learn ollies, I want to progress on skateboarding. So yeah, thank you for that comment, some good words of wisdom there. Another really valuable and detailed comment was from Paul Skates, and he was just really emphasizing on like the use of like my front foot, so like, you know, like sliding my foot up the board. So in his comment he said that just imagine you're trying to complete a karate kick action, which is a really good way to think of it. So I did like try and do that, but I guess like I'm just not really used to just like sliding my foot up the board like that. So that's just something I'll get used to over time. He also said that a good pop will slightly wrap the board around your foot. Once you get the feel of grip tape rolling up the side of your shoe, stab forward and bring the back knee to your chest. So yeah, he mentioned to, you know, lift your knees really. So if I want to get high ollies and I want to jump higher on the board, I need to be lifting my knees and like tucking my knees into my chest rather than just like keeping my knees like flat, like straight, not really like jumping how I need to be. Also, he did mention to like move my front foot to like the center of the board, but I gave it a few goes, but it wasn't really like for me. Like I reckon that because I think for me I was more used to having my front foot a bit closer to the bolts rather than like in a dead center of the board. So when I did try that, I just wasn't really like progressing. I wasn't really ollieing like how I like wanted to ollie. So I gave it a go, so thank you for the comment, but it's just not really something that I'm used to. So, but maybe I'll try and get it in the future as I get better with ollies. But for now, I'll just stick to like what I'm comfortable with. Only because once I get used to like how I'm doing ollies now, and then like in the future, I can like start to you know, step outside my comfort zone a little bit. And the final comment was from Halftime4198, and this person said to try kicking your back foot out after planting the tail on the ground. It can make you ollie higher. I don't know how true this is, but you know, when I see these comments, I give them a go. I'm not really sure if you see from the footage, but I did like, I really did try to like use these comments and like try to really like take on this advice. But you know, this is only my like 2nd or 3rd week of learning ollies properly, so you know, like when I'm getting all this advice all at one time, I just try to find like small bits here and there rather than like taking on everything all at once. So it's just all about, you know, trying different things and then seeing like what works for me. As you can see from the videos, my ollies aren't perfect and they're not like professional standard. So next week we'll be back with some ollies, and I'll be trying out some ollies like while moving slightly, because I don't want to be just like being stationary, because it's not going to help me progress as a better skateboarder. Also, I'm going to try some shove-its as well, pop shove-its. So that's a completely new experience for me. Never really done that before, and hopefully I can like learn a lot more from all these comments that people leave in the future. So thank you for watching.